Yo, what's good with you guys? Welcome back to another video. At the beginning of the year in NBA 2K22, I decided to end up creating a slash and playmaker build that really changed how the game was actually played of using a slash and playmaker. As of 2K adding new pie charts to the game, I had to mess around with the build system. I had to find something out. But as I found a pie chart that fit very well with what I was trying to do with this build, it worked out perfectly. Getting an 80 plus 3-point rating, be able to get contact dunks on this build, with me also having the ability to have an 85 ball control to get elite dribble moves on this build, I just knew I just created one of the most fun builds in the game, plus one of the best ISO builds in the game to use. But if you end up following me on TikTok, you may be seeing this build before, or you even seen this build on 2K TV before, of doing crazy clips and crazy animations, getting contact dunks, breaking ankles, stuff like that. But as that build being a very fun build to use, that was one of the builds that you would have to actually grind to make it actually good enough to be able to play on consistently. But one thing I can say, if you look at these actual attributes I'm showing you, it's ridiculous. I should not be able to get all this on a slash and playmaker. But in the comment section, I was seeing, why does my slash and playmaker look different from your slash and playmaker? Things of that nature. So after seeing those comments, I decided to make the slash and playmaker the blue-yellow slash and playmaker that everybody else has, the 2A slash and playmaker, the same pie chart, just you can get a different name just by changing your wingspan, just by doing the smallest thing. But as of me actually grinding this build out, I hit the wreck with this build and I'm already in love with it. I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest play builds that you can use. If you know how to dribble, this is going to be very easy to use. If you're someone that likes to go slash, you like to dunk on people, you like to get little highlights, this is the build that you want to use. I cannot lie, it's very fast. You get a 99 speed, 99 acceleration. And then when I made the decision to put a slash and takeover on this build, it really put the cherry on top. As you're looking at the stats, if you're someone that does not want to grind the build out all the way to 99 overall, you do not have to do that. If you're someone that can get this build to 95 overall, you'll be all right. If you don't understand what I'm saying, this is one of those builds that you can literally create and play on right now, have minimum badges, and still have fun on. Even if you're an 85 overall, a 90 overall, a 92 overall, these are one of those builds that you can literally pick up and play, have fun, ISO, dunk the ball, or even rep grind on. If you're someone that's still trying to play for rep and you're trying to hit level 40 or hit legend, this is one of those builds that you can still play on and get a good amount of rep. But as the badge count being 15, 13, 23, and 7, and me being a point guard, you might be asking, how did I get those extra badge points? I have 2 extra badge points on shooting, and with this build with 15 finishing badges, 15 is definitely just good enough to get the job done. A lot of you guys, y'all be looking for 17, 18 finishing badges. Realistically, you do not need that many badges because it's not that many badges that's going to help you finish in the hole, to be honest. There's only like 4 badges that's really key to when it comes to finishing to the hole. But as we end up getting to the build, as you can make this build a point guard and shooting guard, it's up to you. As it being a shooting guard, you do get more attributes than what you would get at a point guard, and that will lead to you end up getting better badge points what you would get. So keep that in mind. If you're someone that's going to want more badge points, or you just care about the stat, it's up to you. But as we using the blue-yellow pie chart, like I told y'all, the OG pie chart that y'all boys use, compared to this pie chart that I use right above, the more blue, less green, both of these builds are actually great. It is based on what's your preference. Do you want to be a 3-point slasher playmaker, or do you want to be the slashing playmaker that gets crazy animations, crazy contacts, but would be low average shooting? But as of the profile you're going to choose, if you're someone that's going to end up being very tall, like you're going to be 6'5", 6'6", and you just don't care about having elite dribble moves, make it that tall if you want to. I prefer the highest you go to is 6'6", 6'7" is possible. But if you're someone that's going to go with 6'3", 6'4", you could pick the 4th pie chart for speed and vert. But if you just want the most speed that you can get, pick the 1st pie chart for speed pie chart so you can get the most speed in general. But in the comment section right now, let me know, if you had 3 extra badge points, where would you put the badge points on this build once I show you the badge count? As this being the point guard version of the slashing playmaker, when I end up doing this, I'm going to end up having my 15 badge count like I told you. The 15 badge count is literally the perfect amount to use on a slashing playmaker. The lowest amount I would say on a slashing playmaker you should go is 14. That's only if you really want that 12th shooting badge. If you really want to sacrifice that 12th shooting badge and a defensive badge, that's up to you. But when it comes to actually for the playmaker version of this build, I'm going to have 23 playmaking like I showed you earlier. But as of defense, This is where a lot of people end up trying to make the decision. Do they want 6 defensive badges, 7, 8, 9? Do they really want to sacrifice their playmaking just to get more badges, or they want to sacrifice their shooting to get more badges on defense? But as I get 15, 11, 23, and 7, this is what it looks like as being a point guard with not that many attribute upgrades compared to the shooting guard. But if you're someone that's interested in making the shooting guard position of the slash and playmaker, this is what I end up getting. I end up getting 17, 11, 22, and 7. With me sacrificing 1 playmaking badge, I end up getting 2 extra shooting badges with me having more attribute upgrades at the shooting guard position. So if you're someone that's going to end up doing that is up to you, but you will still end up getting the same height and same speed with these builds. All it is will be a different badge count and where you're placed on the court. But as of the height I would prefer, if you're going to end up doing this in metric, I prefer you to make this build 6'4.5". The taller the better, and you're still going to have a 99 speed if you get this build to 96 or 97. But if you're someone that's going to really care, they all just want the build at 99 off rip, really, and once you get to 95 overall, you're going to end up literally making this build 6'4". The best height to make this build is 6'4". The 6'4" slash and playmaker or the 6'4" two-way slash and playmaker are the best heights to choose to make this build. As of selecting the weight on this build, most of the time, y'all know, we go lowest weight. Lowest weight, you get 99 speed, you be very fast, you got Hall of Fame playmaking badges, you're gonna be moving like Zeus around the court. But when you really think about it, you're gonna have 99 speed at 95 overall very easily, especially if you do your workouts right, you're gonna have that. So if you're someone that doesn't care to have their my player 200 pounds, you can make it 200 pounds, it's still gonna have a 99 speed at 6'4", and it's still gonna be skinny based on the body type. But as of the wingspan on this build, if you make the build max wingspan like 85.0, this is a two-way slash and playmaker. Literally, if you make the wingspan 85.0, you are a two-way slash and playmaker. But if you move it down one time, just one time to 84.1, you are called a slash and playmaker. It's up to you if you really care about the name. Getting the name slash and playmaker or two-way slash and playmaker, it's up to you. But when it comes to takeover, as you get that plus 10 boost, I was really thinking about it. Since I don't have elite contact dunks, I might as well pick slash and takeover. Also, it's very easy to get slash and takeover on this type build because most of the time you're going to end up getting past your defender and dunking the ball. It should take you 4 to 5 times to dunk the ball to get takeover. As in all these other takeovers, you could pick shotgun if you really want to end up boosting your 3-point rating just a little and your mid-range just a little. But if you're someone that's going to pick playmaking to break ankles, that's cool and all. But as you get the name slash and playmaker, or if you made your wingspan max and got two-way slash and playmaker, you end up getting shades of LaMelo Ball and John Morant. That sounds about good to me, I cannot lie. It sounds cool to me. But look, as of the badges, you remember we just did all this to get a great badge count. Now I gotta show you what badges would I would use in my setup. Most of the time, I use badges to catch lobs. Sometimes I use badges just to ISO. Sometimes I use badges just to mess around and just cook people around the park. But as I'm gonna show y'all boys, we got 15, 11, 23, and 7. Like I said earlier in the video, if you had 3 extra badge points, where would you end up putting if you had this badge count? And as some of you guys might notice, most of the best ISO builds are mostly Hall of Fame playmaking type builds. If there is a build that has Hall of Fame playmaking, it could be one of the best ISO builds in the game. But as of the badge counter I usually choose in a badge layout, I would usually set something close to this, but if I'm not using tight handles, I would switch it up, maybe put it on glued hands just because I have a lower 3-pointer or based on the base I have on this build. And since you got 15 badges to end up finishing to the whole get crazy dunks, I'm gonna tell you like this. Posterizer Hall of Fame, you have Slithery Hall of Fame. With Limitless Takeoff, this is one badge right here. If you are not equipped in the Michael Jordan dunk, there's no point in you having Hall of Fame Limitless Takeoff, because every other dunk that you put on, all it requires is gold Limitless Takeoff. But as the last finishing badges that you have, you got 3 left. You can put it all on Fearless Finisher, or you can mix and match with it. As a Fearless Finisher, giving you extra stamina after you miss a layup or miss a dunk, make a dunk, make the layup. It's gonna help you in the long term. But as of coming to the shooting, you got 11 shooting badges, especially if you're someone that didn't get the extra badge points for hitting 39 from the other seasons. This is where you're gonna have to actually focus, because you're gonna have Hot Zone Hunter, because you're gonna end up having to get your hot zone, shoot the ball. Sniper, that's up to you. You can maybe run that on silver at the most. It's really not really that needed that much, but it definitely helps if you're someone with a low 3-point rating or a low mid-range. But as of having lucky 7s, especially being a 2s type of build or an ISO type build, lucky 7s is going to definitely go in your favor with using this type of setup with Green Machine. With coming with the defensive badges, you can put clamps on silver, hustler on bronze, interceptor on silver, pickpocket on bronze, and chase down on bronze. But if you're someone that already has this build, you already know how fun this build is, and you're interested in making it, make sure you end up letting me know in the comment section if you're gonna decide to make it. Drop a like on this video, subscribe, put on post notifications if you haven't yet. It been your man ChaMoma. I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one, and I'm out, y'all.